Akaash has allowed his wife to completely destroy and ruin his life within a span of 6 months. 6 months ago, Akaash had thriving friendships. Akaash had a thriving podcast with millions of subscribers. Akaash had a thriving comedy career, and Akaash's name was good in these streets. He had a good face card. He had a good public reputation. Within 6 months, Akaash no longer have thriving friendships. Akaash has left his podcast with millions of subscribers. Akaash's name is dirt in these streets. I don't even gotta say, y'all know it. The same wife who ruined his life and public reputation is now online, back to the same TikTok that she used to ruin his life and public reputation, is now back online on that same TikTok bragging about how Akaash is no longer friends with the same people who criticize her. So Akaash has burned all his relationships, has left his podcast, and is no longer friends with a lot of people he was friends with in the industry because those people had platforms of their own and they spoke on his wife embarrassing him.
Stars that
Akaash wife made you want to not be married? What happened, bro? You want to be?
Yo, when you locking it down, yo? When you locking it down?
What happened?
And I'm never gonna tell the world. I ain't going through that. That's crazy.
What happened?
I didn't realize we had Akaash's picture.
I don't like what they've been doing to Akaash the past few weeks, man.
Yo, free Akaash,
I ain't
man.
seen the-
Free Akaash. Free Akaash.
I haven't seen the new episode of Flagrant, man. Did it go well?
You gotta watch it, man. We had him and Jocelyn. Well, am I ruining it? Everybody
They
already
can say
knows
about
by
that,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, just watch it. Just watch
I just don't like it because it's such a sensitive subject. That's somebody. That's his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They public.
Well, can I say what I want to say?
Yeah, of course. This is what Brilliant Idiots is about.
All I want to say is simply this.
Keep your wife off the internet.
Akaash never came back to Flagrant after this episode, which I don't know why. Because they're talking about how he came to Flagrant the day before. They did this whole grand episode with Jocelyn, Akaash, and the guys, and they talked about the entire situation. And then he never came back. And the wife is hitting towards is things like this is why he didn't come back, which I don't understand because they didn't say nothing but the truth. It's the truth, yo. Yo, the wife was wilding out, man. The wife was on podcast talking about she wants to have an orgy with other men other than her wife. The wife was talking about popping her pee at these college frat parties, then talking about, I thought popping pee just meant dancing. The wife talking about having one night stands where dudes is leaving her butt sore. The wife is talking about, how she was running through white boys at these frat parties. The wife said a lot of things that when we see you who are a rich, powerful, successful man, and we look at your wife and how your wife seemingly has no respect for you whatsoever, we look at you and that's an indictment on your character and how you put it down and how you carry yourself. Because if your own wife don't respect you, the audience won't respect you. And that's what we saw. But Charlamagne the God was giving him some pretty sane advice. Your wife shouldn't have a podcast, bro. Your wife shouldn't have a platform where she's openly speaking about your life for hours. Your wife shouldn't be on that podcast saying your balls stink. But I think that wife of his was convincing Akaash that his homies, who was just trying to have his back, that wife convinced him, they were his enemies, they were his ops. And it's not just Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne the God that Akaash don't rock with. Akaash don't rock with all his industry friends now.
Why does your wife have a microphone in her face? Do not allow your wife to start a podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay, there can be one entertainer in this family, and it shall be me. I'm the comedian. I'm out here on this road, and I'm out here getting the money. Let me use some of this money to help you do some other things, yo. Because you don't need a microphone in your face because you're going to around and ruin us. All right? Not just you, us.
But go watch the episode.
Yes,
we had a great talk with Akaash and Jocelyn, and it was awesome, and it was very funny.
Because I don't want to have to explain, because that's my wife. I'm going to always have my wife's back.
Yes, as
You know what
you
I'm
should.
saying? But guess what?
And so much of this was bullshit. And then there are things
Tell
that
me
she
what was
said.
bullshit.
She was a virgin. She was never a whore.
So that video of her talking about sleeping with a bunch of men was not real?
She never said she slept with it. She said I was popping my frat parties, and she's a sheltered Indian girl who thought that meant dancing. And then the rest of us were like, what the do you really mean by that? So we had that conversation. But her being a whore completely out of context.
Well, didn't she talk about...
Say it. We discussed everything on the
so
pod.
didn't she talk about sucking cocks?
No.
She never said that? There was never a video about that?
She said that Akaash's balls smell like a homeless person.
Not Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
They call her chicken curry.
God damn. Why would she say that?
That's a good point. So we had those conversations.
What the
Go watch the episode.
My brothers.
Clears up a lot of
My brothers.
And also she just acknowledges like, yo, that was stupid. Like I shouldn't be here. I can see why the audience thought it was this thing. Like there was a lot of
delete it.
stuff.
Delete the podcast.
Delete ours?
No more influencing. No, I'm talking about her.
Oh, we're working on it.
No influencing. I don't want you don't let your wife be influencers. Don't let your wife be podcasters, man.
Well, it's not about letting.
No.
Let.
No.
Let.
No.
Let.
No.
Let.
No. There's certain things we can't do.
Yeah.
Because we know that it's detrimental to our situation.
I was watching this truly trying to find something that I could spot that Akaash would be upset at. Bro, I couldn't find it, bro. I couldn't find it, homie. Like, I tried, I couldn't find it at all. I just couldn't find anything. Because, he's spitting. He's telling the truth. Now, I don't know if the problem here is, Akaash is like, hey, bro, you got my number. You could have called me and told me that. But I feel like those are unfair expectations. Akaash at the time had the biggest story on the internet, the biggest story on the planet. And I feel like if your homie is a podcaster, if your homie does media, if your homie gives opinions for a living, and you are closely linked to your homie, it's unfair to tell your homie, hey man, don't speak on this situation, bro. Huh? What you mean don't speak on it? The world is speaking on it. I have an obligation to my audience to speak on it. I don't have to call you every time you're in the media for something wild and it's the biggest story on earth. I got to contact you now beforehand to speak on it? Man, hell nah. But it wasn't just Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne the God. It was everybody else. Academics, everybody, right? That Akaash did like a mass sweep unfollow of all of his friends. He burned every relationship he had in the industry because of this chick.
A Flagrant 2 junkie. I love my Flagrant 2. I told y'all, I was very saddened. It was like my cat passed away. I don't have a cat, by the way. My man, Akaash Singh, he is no longer with the show. And I'm perusing the Flagrant Reddit because, usually I find some good information there. I like to know the inner workings of the show. And I'm scrolling down, and I see this. It says Akaash doesn't follow Andrew anymore. So I'm like, no, that can't be true. So I went to Instagram, and I checked, and I realized he actually doesn't follow Andrew anymore. But even worse, forget Andrew. Nigga, he ain't follow me no more. Yo, Akaash, I apologize. I'm here to publicly apologize to Akaash. Akaash unfollowed me, so I hit Grand. I'm like, yo, Grand, did you see? Because Akaash followed all of us. Akaash followed me, Grand, everybody. Everybody got, the feds did a sweep. Akaash is unfollowed us all. Me, Andrew, Grand. Grand hit me, was like, even the wife was following me. She unfollowed my ass too. I'm like, oh. I want to sincerely put out an apology. I don't know if maybe I've made some jokes. I'm not a comedian, but I try to, Akaash, I love you. I do. People were discussing your situation. Trust me. All things given, I think everybody went a little light. We love you. Come be friends with us again, man. I don't know. Like, he disappeared from my favorite podcast. Now he doesn't follow me. I'm not going to unfollow you. I'm telling you now, Akaash, I love you. I'm not going to unfollow you. And anything people ever said about you is because they love you. I know it might not seem that way, but we love you. Okay? And we're going to keep following you till. Yes, we love you. Okay? I want to send prayers to my man, Akaash. I know he's been through it this year. And, it's probably not the best situations, but I don't think people commented on it ever meant ill will towards him, but I do want to. I realize that we all got unfollowed. Yo, you don't even got to follow Andrew Schulz back. I think Schulz must have did something, but follow me back. Yo, Big Act, Big. Everybody love Big Act. Come on, let's get back on.
He unfollows DJ Academics, unfollows the Academics TV page that's ran by Grand Wizard. So he unfollows Grand Wizard. He unfollows Andrew Schulz, which makes sense because when they announced that Akaash will no longer be on the podcast, Akaash wasn't present. And like we all thought, I mean, even if Akaash is leaving the podcast to go ahead and do other things, you would think that Akaash would at the very least come back for the last episode, have like one more powwow and then leave. Him not coming back signaled to a lot of us, okay, things are not all the way correct or all the way right with this relationship. Now we're finding out, yeah, like he hates Andrew Schulz, like he despises Andrew Schulz. And we know this furthermore because the wife was on her TikTok and her Instagram throwing shots at Andrew Schulz and Flagrant and confirming that Akaash and Andrew are no longer friends, which is disheartening, bruh. Yo, Akaash and Andrew has been friends for what? The latter part of 20, going on 25 years? And this woman coming in destroyed their friendship. They were friends before this woman. Andrew was giving Akaash opportunities before his wife stepped into the picture. But now because of her, he's no longer friends with the only dude who loved him and gave him opportunities in this industry. In response to a fan asking Jasleen, is Akaash and Andrew Schulz still friends? She posted a clip from the Obsession movie. Now, I can't play the video because it's copyrighted, but if you know what this clip is, then you know in this scene, the actress is yelling, no, 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 for God's sakes, no, 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 of course not. So this is her confirming that of course Andrew Schulz and Akaash are no longer friends. And she's taking great pleasure into this because even like the clip she posted is like the actress is saying it in a very smug fashion. No, 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 of course not. So this is confirmation that Akaash and Andrews are no longer friends. Now she continues to make herself the victim in the situation, throwing sneak jabs and shots at Andrew Schulz as if they were fake to her and Akaash, or as if like they were terrible friends to her and Akaash and they did them wrong by simply covering like her transgressions. Somebody asked how she dealt with everything. So she writes, I really try to remember that everything works out the way it's supposed to. Rejection is redirection. Of course, it is easier said than done when people are digitally SAing me and continue to do so. Digitally SAing? How is that possible? How can somebody digitally SA you? So she considers digitally SA, which also makes sense, why Akaash has been brainwashed into ruining his friendship. She probably told Akaash, man, your friend speaking about me sucking D and me talking about how I was getting my pee popped at frat parties, your friends talking about that is them digitally SAing me, and Akaash probably just went along with this nonsense. So again, and she continues, but that experience made me and my husband so much stronger. It showed us who our real friends are and made us see fame more clearly. Which obviously and clearly, if it made them see who their real friends really are, then apparently Andrew Schulz, Charlemagne, Academics, and others are not their real friends according to them. Now, she did an interview a couple of months ago where she revealed her true thoughts on like Flagrant and Andrew Schulz and them fan base. So she will make a distinction between Akaash fan base and the podcast fan base, implying that the podcast fan base is filled with right-wingers and racists who don't want to see a powerful brown woman like herself give opinions, which is why Akaash ultimately left the podcast.
So I felt like we had a really good support system, like if, God forbid, we did ever get into disagreements. And I remember her saying, though, in Paris, she was like, my biggest fear is getting canceled. And I remember telling her, I was like, I just want to let you know, like, I know the periphery of Akaash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base. And I know a lot of people during like our controversy were saying like, oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those of them are more like that. But yeah, anyways, I said like those peripheral fans, like they might come at us just because we're brown girls being opinionated and they don't like opinionated women.
This is so tough for me because I understand what she's saying. I understand. A portion of that Andrew Schulz flagrant fan base, they love Trump, they love MAGA, but a large percentage of them did give them backlash for sitting down with Trump. So, like, I don't think the entire fan base is MAGA. I think a large percentage of it is MAGA, and they probably made their feelings clear. But this is beyond politics, man. I do think this is beyond. Now, she's not wrong about the fan base itself, but this situation particularly is beyond politics. People called you out because you was doing something foul. And now they really hate you because you're responsible for one of their favorite podcasters no longer being on their favorite podcast. And now the dynamic has changed, and now they got to figure out how to put it together. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe that Akaash did the right thing by leaving? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video somewhere on my screen, somewhere here or here or here or here, to find out why I think we got to stop letting Caleb Hammer, this podcast, get away, you know, with this level of like racism and abuse that he's given to his black employee. He can't just keep getting away with doing this to his black employee. Click on this video right here to find out exactly what I mean when I say he can't stop doing this to his black employee. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.